All right, Taurus or Taurus cross-watcher. Boy, these messages today, we started with Gemini. I went a little backwards today. Then we did Aries, and now we're doing yours. There's a huge awakening happening, like a huge one. I don't know if you're going through this. I am right now. The past couple of days, that's why my messages have been just a little bit slower. I'm going through a lot. And it's beautiful. It's really transformative, but these are deep. Aries, yours is about to be deep, and so is Gemini, so you may want to watch all of those. In fact, let me make a little note here to tag Aries and Gemini at the end of this message. I think they're all connected, and here's how. Whoever's going to resonate with this message, Taurus or Taurus crosswatcher, you can also reverse this. This is an individual who is a masculine, okay? Masculine energy, who is certain that it's time for them to do the right thing, whatever that means. Someone is going to do what's right. They've thought about it. They've cried about it. They've hurt over it. You, if this is reversed, they've been remorseful, they've been humbled to a degree, and this is someone who's like, I know now what really matters in life. I know now who and what is real. I believe this is an individual who probably got really caught up in material things in life, which that's okay to a degree, but I think that it was like someone's main focus, and like maybe even a lot of programming here, and someone's realizing what really matters. They've realized what really matters here, and that love is irreplaceable, like true, genuine love. Not what people view as love, not what's acceptable by society as love, not things. This is somebody who's realizing that having a lot of things and whatever doesn't mean that you have love. Having a roof over your head doesn't mean that you have love. Having money doesn't mean you have love. Having children with someone doesn't mean that that's because there's love between the two of you. Whatever someone has thought, they're realizing my stomach's growling. I can't eat. Like I'm telling you, I can't eat. I have to fast. I'm leaving that in. I absolutely cannot eat right now. It's like I'm seeing a lot more clearly because I'm not eating right now. I can't. Like I have to get through these messages until I eat. I have to fast. Like it's almost like something has had to be taken from someone. Everything has had to be taken from them. Their pride, everything has had to be stripped of someone just so that they could see the truth. Like I truly believe that we all have a purpose here, a really strong purpose, more than one purpose actually here, and a mission, several missions here on this planet. And a lot of us, we just get so comfortable and settle into what we think we're supposed to be doing because everyone else is doing it, instead of asking, like, what is my purpose here? What is my biggest purpose here? What is my mission here? What am I supposed to be doing? And I truly believe that someone here has been, whether they wanted to or not initially, on a very spiritual journey. They've been brought down to their knees, this masculine energy, to realize nothing is as they thought that it was. Anything can be taken away in a moment, and what really matters is in here. I don't know what's happened. I feel like something really big has happened to somebody. It had to be like majorly eye-opening. That's what I want to title it. An eye-opening experience causes them to wake up. Somebody's waking up, like really. Waking up and realizing what's truly important. You know, what's a good eye-opening experience? Near death. Been there. I have been there. I'm gonna let it growl. I don't care. Near death experiences, not punishments necessarily. I've been open about this, but we'll be open again for those of you who are new here. I have a lot of new people here. Thank you guys for being here with me. These are some just really intense messages, and like I go from being like angry at 1 minute to wanting to bawl my eyes out because, well, I'm going through a lot, just like you guys are. So like, getting a DUI did not get me sober. I mean, they dropped it to a reckless because it was my first offense, but still, it doesn't matter. I got a DUI. I went through a checkpoint. I've been open about that. I've made videos on it, but that didn't get me sober. I mean, you would think, right? In fact, the night I got out of jail, I drank again, like when I got home. It was when I almost died, when my liver was shutting down and I was yellow and seeing shit. And I actually left my body at one point and felt that I was attached by like some weird cord. There was like a cord. And I was leaning outside of my car, throwing up this yellow like bile type shit. And I could see myself from the top of me looking down on my body. And I'm like, oh, like I was just trying to get back home. Like I just wanted to like pull myself back down through the cord and come back into the body because like I was still there. I was still alive, obviously, but I had no control of my body. It was like maybe I passed out or something. I don't know what happened to my physical body. I just know I was looking at it, but I wasn't dead. This is before I got into the hospital. I wasn't dead. I don't think I was dead. I mean, if I was, it was just for like a second, you know, and then like somehow I was pushed back in my body or something. I don't know. But I was aware. It's like really hard for me to talk about, actually. That's like really hard for me to talk about. I mean, I've talked about it so many times, so that's like actually when I get into it, it's like kind of rough, you know? I mean, that's not like the only time I almost died. Like, I've had so many other times. And I'm gonna leave this shit in here, guys. This is fucking real shit, okay? Nothing else fucking matters. Nothing else matters. This is real, okay? We only have one time here, all right? We can talk about past lives all day, but the only one that we have the awareness of right now is now. We're only in the now, and at any moment it can be taken away from us. At any moment we can lose everything, and something's causing someone here, guys. This could be you. It could be totally reversed, but something's causing someone to wake up and realize what's important, to realize what's mattered all along. This could even be somebody who's learning to love themselves for the first time ever, who's learning not just to love themselves, but learning that they are love itself. Someone is learning that they are love itself instead of seeking it and searching it. They are what they're looking for. I am what I'm looking for. And this is why it's so complicated and why it's constantly been nothing but pain and questions in this all around here, because I haven't fully accepted here yet. I haven't fully realized who I am yet. Somebody here, it's taking a lot of forgiveness. A lot of forgiveness, forgiving their family, a lot of forgiving a partner, maybe more than one partner, a lot of forgiving several things that were done to someone that were not right, that were not fair, that were awful. And you know what makes it even harder is when you go through all this spiritually and the people around you that you held so close, that you love so much. I mean, you love them. You can't help it. You love them, you know? You care about these people deeply, but they aren't waking up. And it's like, well, that may not be their purpose here. They may not have come here to earth to do that. You may be the only one in your family, the only one in your entire state. Think about that. Who is meant to do what you're doing right now, vice versa. This is someone on the outside of you. And then having to accept that and let them go. Like, someone here is like, I think somebody has a really, or has had a very big fear of abandonment. Been there. That was probably my worst awakening I've had so far. Do I think they could get worse? Anything could get worse. Absolutely. This is why I want to say to people, and I tell them all the time, like, I know nothing, because I only know my understanding right now. But there's so many things I haven't experienced that I pray to never experience. That do you see what I'm saying? Like, I know nothing. I'm a fucking student of this life. I'm not a teacher. I'm only sharing what I'm getting because this is what I'm feeling, and I'm able to conceive it and feel it because I've been there. There's a lot I don't know. There's a lot you could teach me. It's really painful to go through an awakening of abandonment because, well, you lose a lot of people, but then you start realizing that you actually have more, like, you feel like you can fly. You know what I mean? The more people that you lose, the more people that fall away, the lighter you feel. And but you never, it takes a long time to get to that point because we hold on for fucking dear life. You know what I mean? We hold on for dear life, especially, and then you add abandonment issues on top of that. That makes it 10 times worse. Like, maybe you were abandoned as a child in some way, or lied to, or no, somebody here was abandoned as a child in some way. Even if, you can abandon a child even by being around. If you're not emotionally there for them, that's abandonment. You know what I mean? But some of you were physically abandoned, and that's fucked up. So then you get with people, or you have people in your life, maybe other family members, or you get with partners, or even have friends, and they're not good for you, and maybe you're meant to learn a lesson. Maybe you're not good for them either at the time, I don't know, but they're not meant to stay. It's just meant to learn some lessons. But you hold on for dear life and dear life and dear life, and you just won't let go, instead of being like, I'm gonna walk away, because love lets go. But we don't know that because we aren't trained to see that. We're trained to create unhealthy relationships and bonds with people, and we keep it going through adulthood, through our life experience, and then until something happens and you realize that one of the most positive ways to show love to yourself and even another is to be able to let them go. I've talked about this before, but even like we abandon our own bodies. Our bodies are with us. It's like the first marriage we ever have. I'm going to talk about it again because I think it's important here. Our physical bodies, like our soul comes through this existence, through the pair that we rent, our parents, and we come through them. We're created, okay? And then we come into the skin, into our little taxi here, our little, we call it meat suit, you'll hear Eckhart Tolle call it a skin suit, things like that. And we come in through that. That's our first marriage. This living organism, this like living, full of water and skin, and this organ, this big massive organ that keeps us, and it's our best friend, it's our mother, it's our father, and is with us even when our mother and father isn't, is with us when we have our breakups, is with us when we lose people, is with us when we're traumatized, is with us when we die. And then when it's time to say goodbye on this planet, we leave our body, the thing that has been with us, the living organ, the living organism, the life, also the other life with us, but can't exist outside of this realm. We leave it. We completely neglect it and abandon it. We say goodbye to our best friend. Someone that we don't even realize the whole time is our best friend and loves us as much as it does. And we abuse her. We abuse him. We cut her. We cut him. We drink her, we drink him, we drug her, we drug him, and I'm talking about the skin we're inside of. We abuse her, we abuse him, we let anything and everything on and in him and in her. And you see what I'm saying? You get the point here? We abuse her and him with food. We abuse, we neglect, we overlook, we take care of other people more than we take care of ourselves. We pollute the shit out of it. Out of our best friend, out of our first love. We take it for granted. We pay attention to everything else on the outside of us. It's more important. It's like we don't really realize how important it is because we didn't really have to work for it. We were just given the body. We were given our bodies. Even those of us who have bodies that aren't operating the way that other people's bodies operate, even those of us who have disabilities and things, it's still our body. It still gives us the ability to be on this planet. We work together. We're a team. Meanwhile, we take it for granted because we were given it. It's like when you work hard for something, you appreciate it more. Well, we didn't have to work for our bodies. Maybe. I'm not talking about working out. I'm talking about we didn't have to work to be in these bodies. We are put our souls into these bodies. Now, maybe other people did the work to put us in these bodies, but we didn't have to do it. And then we take them for granted. And then we abandon them in the very end. We abandon it. The most loyal relationship we've ever had. So yeah, there's somebody going through that. Somebody's going through like a near-death experience. Maybe somebody's had a health issue here or something. They've had something that's really waking them up. It's causing them to wake up. And realize some things. I recently talked about in an Aquarius message. Some of you may be connected to an Aquarius somehow, or it's just you're in that energy right now. If this isn't you, this is another person on the outside of you. But I recently talked about the movie Into the Wild. It's a true story. It's based on a true story. Christopher McCandless, I think was his name. Don't hold me on that. I don't want to get sidetracked and look it up again because I'll get off on a tangent. But I wish I remember the exact video I talked about that in so I could just tag it. But anyway, dude had very wealthy parents and was extremely smart and had, I think, like a full several rides to scholarships to different colleges, and just basically had what you would call everything going for him on this planet. But he didn't want that. I feel like he awakened before a lot of people do. And he wanted a different life. So he basically got rid of everything. He left his entire family. He left his whole family. He cut up his credit cards. He got rid of his cash. He got rid of every single thing basically that he had. And he traveled. And he had one goal. And his goal was, well, I think he had a lot of goals, honestly. But he had one main goal. Like, he had a destination, we'll say that, in mind. And his destination was Alaska. I don't know why his soul called to Alaska, but it sure did. And let me tell you, when I say he made it to Alaska, and that's where he died. And honestly, we could say, oh, it ended so early and he could have had his whole life ahead of him. He did. He came here to do what he was meant to do. I truly believe it, or it wouldn't have happened. That's exactly what he was meant to do. It's what he wanted. His soul wanted it. And he left and did what he wanted to do. He lived. To me, it's the biggest inspiration probably of anyone I've ever heard about. He fucking lived. That's the type of, when I think of a man like that, or a woman, whoever, I think that's the type of partner I would want. That to me is love. And we wouldn't have to do anything that anyone else on earth was doing to prove that. We wouldn't have to walk down the aisle. You know, we could get married in front of a bear. You know, we wouldn't have to do anything illegally. If we wanted to, cool. Yeah, then we can. But if we didn't want to, we didn't have to, because our souls know something different. Our souls would know something different. Our home wouldn't necessarily be something that never moves. Maybe our home is our 2 fucking feet and the fact that we can go anywhere. Or if we're in a wheelchair, our home is the wheelchair and it can take us anywhere. Like our home is wherever, literally wherever our heart is. You know, you see people put that on their walls and stuff, but they don't know what it really means. We don't own any of this shit, and we don't own the people that we marry, and we don't own the homes that we have. We don't own this land. We don't even own these bodies. We're so controlling, and we look for a place to belong, and I mean, I don't know. This is like a really deep message. This message could go on forever, but I think it's time for me to go. I'm hearing, now it's time to say goodbye, M-O-U-S-E. Some of you are going to see a mouse in the near future. I picked that up the other day. You're going to see a mouse, excuse me. I've been, past 3 messages, I've been just kind of crying on and off, but now I got something in my eyes, probably this war paint I'm wearing that I don't have to wear. Doesn't mean anything. But, you know, it's just part of my programming, part of my human costume. I'm leaving that in. My stomach is growling. I told you guys I'm hungry. But I actually feel very clear-minded not eating right now. I'll eat when I know I need to. Yeah, you're going to see a mouse in the near future, or mice, maybe more than one. That'll be your sign. Real quick before we go, you will absolutely see a mouse or mice. Even if you don't see an actual one in person, you're going to see it somewhere. You can see it on a picture, you can see it on TV, you can see the word mouse, mice, okay? Someone could mention it, and I don't mean me, like after this video, okay? Mouse, spiritual meaning.
According to Jagrin English, mice are connected to abundance and fertility in several cultures. However, they are viewed by some as signs of impending illness and demise as well.
Endurance, focus, wit, fertility, disease, and death. To me, I would think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. As cliche as that sounds, that's 100% fucking facts. So, okay. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, that's where I'm gonna leave it. Alright guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.